The 3DS is a system I have such fond memories with. I've had mine for over 10 years now, and it's by far my favorite Nintendo handheld, next to the Switch of course. I'm sure you know where I'm going with this, so I'll be quick. The 3DS is by far one of the easiest and most fun consoles to mod next to the Wii, and I modded mine over 3 years ago and haven't looked back since. There's so much to do on this thing, and the community has definitely put out some really cool ROM hacks and homebrew games. So in this video, we're gonna take a look at some of them. And before you ask, yes, all of these are playable on console. If you enjoy and want to see more content like this, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Now without further ado, let's get right into it. The first hack we're going to look at today is Super Mario Expedition 1 and 2 by Cairo. I'm including both 1 and 2 in the same spot since they are very short hacks, with both of them being just one world. The first game is really a proof of concept hack, really showing the possibilities of 3D land hacking. It's super neat and I really like the style of levels designed for this one. The final level of the game is even longer than the rest, and it adds music from Mario 3D World, which is so cool. Now, moving on to the second game. This one is definitely much better, and is more fleshed out in its level design, and I love it. Each level has its own unique aesthetic and music, like 1-1 with the rain, 1-2 with the woods, 1-3 with the desert, and so on, you get what I'm saying. My favorite level here has to be 1-4. It's so well done and does a great job at making it feel like the 2D 3D hybrid style levels that 3D Land is known for, which just makes it feel all the more official. I definitely recommend checking these out. They are on the shorter side, I actually beat both of them in under an hour, but if you want a quick Mario hack with some quality levels, give these a try. At number 2 we have Pokemon Rutile Ruby and Star Sapphire by Diovento. I don't have much to say for this one other than they follow the tried and true difficulty and quality of life Pokemon hack. Omega Ruby is probably my favorite game of the 3DS lineup, and this is one of the few games I actually wanted to keep playing. The creator also has their own website which details a lot more of the specific changes such as speeding up level progression, having all gym leaders have 6 Pokemon on their team, and adjusting Pokemon rarity to name a few. Not only that, it also features a strategy guide, which is just so cool and I hope more hacks do something like this in the future. Overall, I recommend this one if you haven't played the 3DS versions of these games, or want a nice challenge that doesn't make the game annoyingly difficult. But if you want a more challenging and original experience, I also recommend checking out Ancestral X by Axon. This one adds a ton of quality of life improvements, rebalances Pokemon, adds new items like a mobile PC, and so much more. This one is so much more challenging than the last hack, and is mainly for nuzlocking, but I still recommend it. At number 3 we have Animal Crossing New Leaf Welcome Luxury by Kyuzetsu. This is a really good hack for New Leaf that, you guessed it, makes it really easy to make a crap ton of money. When I first booted this one up, I really didn't know what was changed besides the aesthetics, with black and gold being the main color scheme, and the music, which is completely replaced. But once I got out of my little tent, started picking some cherries and went to the recycle shop, that was when I was shocked. Over 30,000 bells for just 18 regular cherries, not even perfect ones. I guess you can say this makes the game a bit too easy, but honestly I love it. I literally paid down the debt on my house just 10 minutes after taking the loan out for it. The pacing for this game is insane. Overall, I'd say this is a must-play hack. and as someone who grew up on New Leaf and thinks it's the best in the series, I'm going to be playing this one from now on. At number 4 we have Super Mario Bros. Next Sunset Shores by the Next Team. This one is another really short game, just being one world, but really shows the potential that New Super Mario Bros. 2 hacking has. Similar to the Expedition hacks I mentioned earlier, the level design here is super polished and well done. Having an entire Sunset Shore style world is so cool, and I wish we got this exact style in the official games, besides just the regular beach levels. The hack only has 7 main levels with 1 bonus level, with no major changes to the bosses or enemies, but this is really just a demo for what the Next Team was working on, which is the full release for Super Mario Bros. Next. I really hope that the full release of Next does just as well as the newer Super Mario Bros. Games, which I covered in previous videos if you want to hear my thoughts on those games. At number 5 and the final ROM hack for this video, we of course have CTGP 7 by Pablo MK7 and the CTGP 17. I mean, do I have to say it? This is the definitive way to play Mario Kart 7. It adds everything. Tons of retro and custom tracks, a mission mode very similar to Mario Kart DS, characters such as Kirby, Sonic, Waluigi, Rob, Funky Kong, and so much more, which appear in extra slots on top of the existing characters. We also have configurable settings for CC, CPUs, and extra quality of life features like being able to look behind you while driving, the speedometer from Double Dash. I mean, I could go on forever. Not only that, we also have online play here, and this is just awesome. It feels so good to play online with a lively community again, and I have to say the quality of the tracks here is just phenomenal. After all that, I don't think you need me to tell you, CTGP 7 is a must-play hack.
Piece of cake!
Okay, now it's time to talk about some homebrew games and ports. First we have Super Mario 64 and its handful of ports for the 3DS. We of course have the standard ports, with the game running at its original aspect ratio and frame rate, along with a version that includes Luigi. Nothing crazy about these two, just traditional ports. But what really caught my attention is the enhanced port, which you guessed it, is based off the PC port, with widescreen and 60 FPS, and it's just beautiful. Definitely play this one if you can't decide which version you want, or you can just check them all out. Now, this one is also very unique. We have a similar port for Star Road, one of the best Mario 64 ROM hacks. This one also has widescreen and targets 60 FPS. I say targets because it doesn't really reach it all the time, so this is one I'd say is more on the experimental side. Maybe it's a CPU clock speed setting on the new 3DS, but I have it set to the max for this one. Still, I'd recommend checking this one out. Now, onto some homebrew games from the Universal Updater. The first one is Halo Revamped, which is a Quake mod based off the 3DS port. This is a really neat game honestly, the gunplay is solid and it supports multiplayer as well. The controls are a bit jank, but the 3DS doesn't leave much room without a second analog stick. Up next we have Zombies Portable, which is based on World at War Zombies. This is a really cool game as well, and it has a few maps to choose from. The controls on the 3DS version are even worse than Halo's, with you moving with the buttons and looking around with the circle pad, but other than that, this one is definitely playable. Now, here is one that is really cool in showing the potential for clone games. Yet another Mario Kart clone. This is a single track demo of a really nice looking Mario Kart clone. The gameplay is super smooth, and although it is bare bones, it really gives me hope that we can get a full-fledged Mario Kart 7 clone in the future. but with CTGP 7, I don't think that's really necessary. You know, I only own an original 3DS, and I've always wanted to check out Minecraft, so I opted for Craftus instead. This is a modified version of the original game and adds some enhancements. If you've seen my Wii Homebrew video, I showed off CaveX, and this is very similar to it. It doesn't have much, but what it does have is pretty decent, especially seeing it run on an original 3DS. Okay, to wrap this up, I want to talk about the Five Nights at Freddy's ports. FNAFs 1, 2, 3, and 4 all got the porting treatment, and it's just so cool to see them running on a 3DS, and honestly, they work really well with the dual screen setup. I wasn't able to get FNAF 3 to work, but the rest worked just fine. It really makes me wish we got official ports on the 3DS, because I know that those would have done so well during the early years of the series, but these are perfectly playable, and I'd say they're definitely worth checking out. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and don't forget to join my Discord server, where we can talk about everything modding and game related. Also, I'll be leaving links to where you can download each of the hacks I talked about today, so you can check them out for yourselves. Just keep in mind you'll have to provide your own copies of the games I talked about today, or you can just use the shop that I can't mention here for obvious reasons. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and see you all soon.